Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Be Honest podcast. Today I'm so excited to be joined by Sam and Rox, the creative duo behind the Hics. They're known for bending the rules when it comes to sound, and that's exactly what makes their music so distinct. From major collaborations to carving out a lane of their own, they've done some incredible things, and I can't wait to dive into it all. So, everyone, welcome the Hics.
Hi, thank you. What a warm introduction. Thanks.
Hello, I know I always want to make sure the intro sounds, good. It's explaining you guys, describing you guys well. So hopefully I did that.
No, you definitely did. When you I can't do that. I can't speak consistently like that. I would mess that up big time.
And I want to talk about how you guys first met. So whenever I ask these questions, either of y'all can answer. It doesn't matter. Both of y'all can. So how did you guys meet?
Well, we first met on a school trip, actually. We were at school together and we were on a music program, and they would take the kids to different countries or different places in the UK to perform. We were in a choir. So we got taken to Prague in the choir, and we were singing. What were we singing in Prague in the choir?
Locus
Locus
Iste,
Iste, yeah.
like an old monk thing. It's pretty weird, but
Yeah.
it's really beautiful. Like you rehearse for it, and it sounds like nonsense when you learn all the individual parts. Everyone's got to sing very one note things, and then when it's all together, it's glee.
Sounds
Do you know
beautiful.
what I mean?
Wow.
It's nice.
So we were taken to Prague in the music program, and we're in different years, so we never really interacted. And I met him then, but I mean, then we didn't really meet again for another 6 years.
Oh.
And then that's when the Hics was formed.
So my next question was, I read that Sam, you and somebody else created the Hics. Am I correct? You and somebody else started the Hics? Okay. So when did you come into the picture? And what were y'all hoping to create whenever Rox came into the picture and the Hics started to,
It was pretty much immediately, actually. The first iteration of the Hics was a 3-piece between myself, Matthew Knox, and Jacob Welsh. And we kind of realized that we wanted to, they kind of saw something in my voice, but knew that it needed support and it needed training and it needed to have someone behind it that could really help push the ideas that I was trying to go for, because I'm not a trained singer, right? And we knew Roxanne was an amazing singer. She was one of the best singers in Pimlico, which was the school that we went to. And we were very lucky that she was on board to join the project. And pretty much we did one show, and then we were we wanted to find a counterpart to what I was trying to do. And we sat in a rehearsal once, and Roxanne immediately just synced in a harmony. And there was something that we all kind of realized in the room with the imperfections in what I did and the kind of weird tones in my voice and the way that Roxanne's voice blended with it. It was we both looked at each other and were all right, it's actually quite weird how those things work together. It's quite serendipitous. It was nice. It was weird. But yeah, to get to the point, Rox was yeah, I'll join, and that was pretty much after one show. So it was, I'd say you were in the first iteration of it. Whatever. I don't know. What do you think?
You did one show before that as a 3-piece, didn't you? And
yeah, it was at the pub.
Joined after that.
Yeah.
But I'd recently been in a band. I was being developed by an MD in London, and they were kind of older musicians, like jazz musicians, and they were playing what I had written for them to play. And I was writing my own music at the time, and I wanted to be a solo artist, but they were very reluctant to get on the electronic side of things, which was starting to bubble more and more in London at that point, with the XX had just released their album. Well, actually no, 2 years. And then James Blake was quite heavy in the scene, and I wanted to be a part of something that sounded like that. And it was just very lucky that I was then asked to join
Yeah.
the Hics. It was like perfect.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Y'all are funny. Was there
Maybe not. You can decide in 5 years.
I'll decide another 10
Yeah.
years.
Was there like a specific moment early on that made you guys both feel like, oh my God, this is special. Like this is bigger than us. I know Sam, you mentioned how both of y'all's voices are like completely different, but somehow like it just meshed so well together. So like other than that, was there like a specific moment that you were like, oh my God, the Hics, like we can fucking do this. Like we can make this into something amazing.
When is that for you?
You know what? I feel really bad for that band. I can't remember what they were called. They were called like
The Hoxton Bar
the
and
Hoxton
Grill.
Bar and Grill,
Yeah.
which was like at the time it was like an A&R thing that you had to tick off, right? If you were trying to get noticed. We were doing circuits of like just local promoters in London, and you'd get paid like maybe 20 quid if you were lucky, and you'd pay £60 to a guy to film it for you, and it would come back of like multi angles, and it looked terrible. It looked like a wedding video from 1985, like, you know? And then we got put into a show as a support act, and like with the response that we had from the crowd, it's on YouTube now. It's called the Hics, like Gold Dust or whatever. I felt so bad because like we just cleared the room. Like it was an incredible show, and like I think like there was like an aura from the audience, and there was an aura in that room, and that was the first time I felt genuinely connected to like an alignment to something that was more than just like a hobby or something. It felt like, oh shit, like there is a magic in this that you can either choose to accept, or neglect or invest in. And yeah, I would say that was that turning point for me.
For me, it was when we came second. We were nominated like as best new artist at the Worldwide Awards, Giles Peterson's awards that he used to put on. I don't know if he still does. And we were sitting there in the audience, and instead of it being like this is the winner, it was like counting down, like you've come in 5th place, like, you know, like a PE or something, sports day kind of vibes, which was better for us because we came second, and the way we all responded was like we'd won. We were like jumping up and down and screaming, like the 6 of us.
We're trying to announce the actual winner,
which was Nature's Coyote.
Yeah, and we're just getting lit.
And we were like, they're like, people were like, why are you excited about this? You came second. But it's like,
I think it was
because we thought when it got to 3, we thought, oh well, like that's it.
Fuck it.
Like we're not even on the list. So to come second after not thinking you're going to be there at all is crazy. So that's when I was like, oh my god,
You're like, this is
second.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it was jokes. I think just seeing the Hics on like a PowerPoint presentation, but in the venue, in the theater, was cool because we were like, oh, that's the first time that like, you know, all these big wigs in the room were seeing that.
But I always feel like that. Like we went to an office yesterday, and when I walked in, our press photo was there. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Like, do you have them on rotation? And the woman that was showing me around was like, no, we did that because you're here. And I was like, oh, okay, that's really nice. So I'm always surprised.
It was kind of weird, like
so nice.
Floors of an office, and everyone's looking at you like you're that guy I've been staring at for like 3 hours until you turn up for the meeting.
I think I'm ignorant. I assume that they don't know that that's me. So I'm walking around
just like,
these people definitely don't know that that's me because I have my hair curly today, so it's different.
So Cold Air was on GTA 5, I think, in 2013, right? I think I have that timeline correct. Honestly, I don't know. How did you guys feel about that? That's okay. So what's funny is this is where my partner actually found you guys. My partner was like a GTA like fanatic, and she heard your song on GTA, and that's how she started to find you guys, or that's how she found you guys. But anyways, sorry. How did you guys feel about that? Your song being on GTA, like what was the process of that as well? Like, do they have to ask you for your song to be on there? Okay.
Yeah, they were like, do you want your song to be on the game? We were like, fuck yes. I think the soundtracks on that game are iconic to our childhood. Like particularly with Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I think that was the '80s one in Miami. It was like Hall & Oates, Out of Touch.
For me, it was San Andreas.
Yeah.
That's the one I used to play. I don't play video games. That's the only video game I ever played as a teenager. So it was like, whoa. That's another like
that
dream
soundtrack
come true.
again was incredible.
Yeah. I actually, when I used to play San Andreas, because I wasn't very good at video games, and I just kind of like intuitively do it, but I have no gamer intuition at all. You know how the map's quite small in the corner? I didn't realize that you could make it big. So I memorized the whole map of San Andreas.
Shit. Yeah, I remember
That's talent.
That's fucking
I was
crazy.
15.
You were orienteering fucking San Andreas.
I knew the whole
You
map.
were like, make a left here, I know this traffic light.
I knew where to hide. I knew where to do everything.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Did you ever do the parachute thing? Like when you go to the top, there's 2 parachutes that I remember, right, in San Andreas. There's one at the top of the mountain, in like the country mountain. It's like foggy, and there's like a BMX there, and you can ride you can either ride the BMX down, or you can go to the wooden ramp and get the parachute. Or there's like the tallest building in LA or whatever it's called, the replica, and they have a parachute at the top. You never made it to that.
I don't like the extra things. They scare me. I like to know what I'm doing. I like to be on a mission or be in the strip club.
Club. Oh my god.
And that's where you'll find me, either on a mission or in the strip club.
Yeah, Roxanne's got this really dark like story about.
No, we're not gonna say that. That's mean.
What?
No.
I'm curious.
It's just the running over of people.
Oh my god! And like just walking down the street and just like knocking them out.
Yeah, but Sam just like randomly shoots at people. I don't do that.
Oh, thanks. Just matching the description.
Matching the.
It's like the first thing that US Customs said when I came in 2016. It was like, so nice to meet you guys. Like, who's the school shooter?
That woman was like, you look like a school shooter.
I was like, thanks.
God, that is.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you too. Like,
that is so funny. No, GTA is like.
But yeah, that to go back to your question.
No, you're good. I love this. I love it.
So the link is that when we were blabbing on about that award show, the man that put us on that thing called Giles Peterson, he had a radio station called Worldwide FM, and he took our first song Lines and put it in his Brownswood Bubblers collection, and then we gave him exclusivity on Radio 6 in the UK Cold Air premiere, and he really liked Cold Air as a record, and he was asked to compile a playlist, from what I am aware, for Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't think he knew the weight of that playlist, and that it was going to be like an iconic game or anything like that, because he has his own record label, he has his own artists. And yeah, we were really lucky that he put us forward for it, and it kind of changed our lives, like having that song on that game. That's how Bars found us with Dreamville, and that's why we're here.
That's amazing.
In New York.
Yeah, and because like GTA, like that's like the game. You know what I mean? And like it was the game, especially during the time like in 2013. Like that was like the game.
Amazing. It was like it's the simulation within the simulation. You know?
Yeah, honestly.
I loved it. And it hasn't changed. The fact that we've had that game like iconic game,
I know.
you know, for that long is insane. So we've had like your cousin was like, you know, when he first played that game, Harold, he was like maybe like 7, and
he was too young.
And now, you know, now it's like 17, it's like or whatever. Like, it's nuts. Like
it is. It's crazy.
And like so, you've had like 2 generations like relearning that soundtrack and stuff. So that's been cool.
No,
yeah.
It's done its job for the music.
Yeah.
For the artists that have been lucky enough to.
I do want the next one to come out now. I'm tired of.
I know, isn't it like next year?
Yeah, but
It's
then
always next
come
year,
January they'll be like 2028.
Oh I know.
The graphics look amazing.
I've seen like snippets and like little like stuff of it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing. Like I bet it's gonna be so expensive when it comes out, but I'm buying it. So when you guys sit down to create, what usually sparks a song first? Like, is it like a certain type of like lyric, or is it like a sound, an emotion, or even like a moment in your day? I know, Rox, you mentioned being inspired by forests that you mentioned that like a while ago.
For me, it's not ever like the same thing.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. It's like, yeah, there was a moment where I was in the shelter in Raleigh, and there was the trees outside, and but then it could be I'll be washing up and doing something really mundane, and then it's usually music that comes into my head, like a chord progression. But I think that most of the things that I've written for the Hics, and especially for Melanchronica, I sat down and decided to write. So it didn't take me randomly in a moment. It was like, okay, I've got to go do my job now.
Yeah, I love that.
And then it's always like, love. I'm going to write another song about love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some spicy relationships, you know, like that will
Mhm.
help.
For sure.
You know, if you're looking, you know, whether it's romantically or just friendships or whatever, like they're good to draw from. I
Yeah.
think it's good. Like you can, you know, like you can have that thing where there's that kind of pit that we all have in the back of our minds or in our stomachs that we can draw from when, you know, you want to feel
Oh, yeah.
something. Like
That's
it's
such a
like
good point, actually. That's actually like really good, because
it's like
there is a
it's like you
thing.
looked at, you're like, hello, is there anything down there?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, what can we talk about today? And sometimes it doesn't come out in lyrics. It might come out in a
Nope.
synth. It might
Yeah.
come out in that sounds so French. It might come out in like a guitar line. It might come out in the drum beat, like anything. You know, it might come out in any form of expression. You know.
Do you guys have any weird or like funny rituals that help you guys get into like a creative zone? Whether it's like eating like a snack before, or like y'all like to go on walks before, or like any bizarre vocal warm-ups. And if you're like, no, literally we don't have anything, that's also fine.
I don't have anything, but I do have a tick. And it's like, and you've noticed it too. And I have it at the end of so many recordings. I'll like do something, improvise something.
You'll say, "I feel sick."
Yeah, that's a more recent one. I feel sick.
Just like that. It'll be like
feel sick.
audio tick. It's weird.
But I always say interesting, and it's almost like I'm trying to like brush off what I just did and create some distance because of the vulnerability. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
My logical mind comes into play, and it's like, that's interesting. We're gonna leave that there.
I get that.
That's true.
That is interesting. What about you, Sam?
I need a coffee like most hours of the day.
I thought you meant right now.
He's like, I need food right now, actually.
Like how you like need matcha. I like matcha latte too. It's banging, right? It's a bit like pond water, but like I kind of deal with it. But
The
like
disrespect. I'm ending this call right now.
Sorry, bye.
But it's like it's kind of like it's like one that we tolerate because it kind of you go, this feels health, that feels like life and health, like you know what I mean. But like same with coffee, like it's not. If we were to drink these drinks as like children, we'd be like, what are we doing? Like, this is mad. But you kind of abuse your palate enough for it to adjust to things and be like, yeah, like, you know, lemons and beer and wine, they're great, aren't they? You know?
I don't know about that.
Lemons.
No, yeah, but like, do you know what I
do.
mean? It's like, but yeah, I think like a good like cup of coffee, stare at the wall, that kind of thing.
No, you like a walk.
Oh, I do like a walk. I love
he
a
does
walk.
like have to go to the park.
Why do you think that is? Just to
Yeah,
kind
and
of like just get out and just let your brain just
mainly procrastination.
Oh,
Like,
love that.
No,
I'm like, should we go for a walk? Like, we got shit to do, but it's like, should we just go for a walk? Like, it's great. And then it'll be like, should we get a coffee?
That's so funny.
Be like, yeah, I think like you know, I've seen a lot of clips come up recently on social media about how like true artists love to procrastinate. Like the best architects procrastinate. They might not build a building for 7 years and then suddenly they'll come to the drawing board, right? And I wouldn't say that makes them a good architect because they're clearly not delivering much in their year.
Yeah.
They'll probably get fired, right? But I feel like, you know, I saw a great quote from Fortet, and Fortet was saying that he only writes when he feels like he wants to. So he always maintains music as a hobby as opposed to a job, and it doesn't become boring to him. And I feel like I try and live by that principle too, although it's not always realistic given the amount that we now have to do in music is to promote and everything like that. But I think that get a bit of nature, get a bit of stare at the wall, get a bit of coffee, and and then try and feel it, try and like move on an inspired moment,
Totally.
you know, as opposed to forcing it.
Your coffee go-to, if you were to be doing your little procrastination walk and you see a coffee shop, are you literally just getting like a black cup of coffee, or are you getting
Yeah.
you know, why am I not surprised by that?
Yeah. I'm scared, like, I don't, but you know what pisses me off, yeah, when it's like, it'd be like really overly diluted. I don't like kind of like a short black
Okay.
coffee, 2 sugars, and not burnt, like right temperature, like kind of like an Italian style, like
Like
Americano.
Sudanese coffee.
Sudanese coffee's banging,
really
Ethiopian
good.
What is it
coffee's
called? What
banging.
kind of
Because it's kind of like thick and chocolatey almost.
Sudanese coffee from Sudan.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like more
Rich.
it's like that's more of a traditional experience where you would sit down and you actually like wait and you enjoy the whole thing, and it's like a thicker consistency and it's like very strong. You have it after meals and stuff. But like, on the fly, I think like just like basic
So
old
watered down Pret coffee.
Do you guys like go out and explore coffee shops? Do you guys go, or
No, it's expensive as fuck.
It's so expensive. We were spending how much? Like I was spending something like $9 a day on coffee. Just one coffee. It was like, and then I didn't realize how much I was spending, because you know when you go to a different country and you're like, this isn't real money. Like it's other money.
Yeah, I'm like, this is
This
crazy.
isn't my money. And then I looked at my bank account and I was like, oh, okay, no more coffee for me. So I'm not having coffee until like September, I think.
I respect it. I get it.
I just can't do it to myself anymore.
Especially in New York, though. Like, they upcharge the fuck out of their coffees. Like, I went to LA a couple months ago as well. So I'm a matcha like whore, but I also love coffee as well. And yeah, when you say $9, like you are not lying. Like $9 for a cup, and it's
It's mad. Like it's
also has no milk, because obviously I don't like milk. But it's like, how is the bare minimum that expensive? If you like good matcha and you like good coffee, there's this really nice place in LA called Viet. Is it Viet Coffee?
Viet?
What is it called? Nam? I think
It is called Nam. Yeah, sorry, it's a Vietnamese coffee place, and it's on Lexington. But that's probably a very long road.
It's like it's a mad long road.
It could be 5 miles in the.
You can't rely on your Grand Theft Auto orienteering skills again. Be like, look, it's somewhere down here. I promise you.
It's on some part of Lexington by the Blue Scientology building, across the road from Safi's, near Sunset.
Okay.
There we go. It's really good. So next time you're there, you should try it, because it's really cute. It's really small, and the coffees are really tasty. And when I go there, I don't get a black Americano. I get a coconut tasty thing. And it tastes like a pudding. In a cup.
That's the thing. Like most American coffees are like desserts.
Yeah.
Like if you would, you know, to measure the level of sugar in that
And
drink.
that's
It's mad.
And that's why, like, this might sound bad, but that's why people in America are so fat.
Let's talk about that.
That's a whole other episode. I mean, that's not the main reason, but you guys get what I'm saying.
You have a lot of hidden things that are not healthy.
Oh my God, I know.
And it's so mean. It's like you have added sugar, and then you have corn, and then you have other kind of syrups that aren't supposed to be there, GMOs, loads of undisclosed things.
Shit is amazing.
I actually don't agree with that.
Like,
I can taste the synthetic
You
food, and
can
I'm like,
taste.
I love that shit.
"Wow."
First time we went to the cinema here, to the movies,
To the movies.
we they were like, "How do you want your popcorn?" And I was like, "Just like sweet or salted in the UK, right? Is what
Yeah.
you say. Sweet or salted, mate, right? And
So
you get a blend sometimes. It's quite nice." And then they were like, my bars was like, "Yo, do you want to put any butter on it?" And I was like, "The fuck do you mean? Like, it's like, is it toast?" Like, he's like, "Just put some butter on it." I was like, "What?" And he's like, just walks us over to this grungy tap, just dripping, and I'm like, "Fuck it, yeah, put it all like just
You drenched
coat it in
it.
butter.
Yeah.
Why not?" Sounds normal. And then you're there and you're eating it, and then like your top lip hits your nostril like
Mhm.
about 10 minutes later, and you're like, "Fucking hell, that smells terrible."
Yeah, and you're like,
What decision am
yeah,
I
and you're like, what the fuck did I
making?
just put in my body? No. I know America, like when it comes to the food, it's insane. Like there's times whenever I'm eating certain things and I'm like, I can feel like the cancer in my body, like forming. Like this is bad, or like my DNA
Yeah.
is starting to like fucking like I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy. I went over to Curacao. It's
Mhm.
it's owned by Switzerland, I'm pretty sure. Um we were eating like crazy. We were eating all types of things, and I never once had like a stomach ache. I never once felt gross. Like, and that might
Yeah.
like just be like me like mentally like overthinking it, but then when I came back to America, like I was obviously eating regular food and it was like stomach ache immediately, and I'm like, there
Mhm.
is so many things in these foods that are insane, like all the oils, everything that you were saying. Yeah, it's insane. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Seed oils. No, yeah, that wasn't in your head because our friends were in Paris for a while. And then when they went back to LA, she said, "Oh, when I was in Paris, I could eat whatever I wanted. I was eating bread every day. I was eating loads of delicious, tasty food, and I lost 10 pounds. And then I come back to LA and I eat in the same way and I gain it all back." She's like,
It's
"It's
crazy.
mad that it's just the
Mhm.
quality.
Yep.
It ain't right."
How did y'all come up with the Hicks?
Um, it was originally like um we were working around two drummers were having contrapuntal rhythms, and the drumsticks are made out of hickory wood, and we were like, it just became an abbreviation of that,
Okay.
really. And it wasn't like anything serious. It was just like that's what we were labeling it at the time.
Before I joined.
Before Roxanne joined, and then we um we were premiered on radio like a week later or something. Like we had we had a show in Kentish Town. We had a song for a 30-day free download as a thank you to the audience members, the
On
like 15
SoundCloud.
people, aunts and uncles that turned up, and then like that blew up on SoundCloud like the same night. And then we were like, "Shit, we're called the Hicks."
We're stuck with it.
Yeah, and then our
Really?
manager was like, "You guys got to come up with a better story than that." And then we're like, "Bro,
Yeah.
there ain't one." Like,
Yeah,
and then other
that's
people
the
have been like,
truth.
"Oh, we thought you guys were obsessed with like love bites." You
Yep.
know, like there's many forms. So I guess like whatever
It means whatever you want it to
it means,
mean, but
whatever
it
you want it to
definitely
mean.
doesn't mean a hick.
I figured.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a song that completely changed direction halfway through making it like it turned into something amazing, or it was hilariously just terrible?
So many bad ones. So many like failed attempts to try and make a song sound good, especially in like 2015.
There were so many.
That
Yeah,
whole
I
year
realized how
felt
old
like
we are.
that
Like
process. Yeah, we're only like we're
we're
25.
yeah, we're 25. No,
So old. But
I
like
started
it's
Hicks when I was
12.
Oh
17,
wow.
and there was so much pressure like in all the every 5 years they were like, we can't do this slow shit, you got to do drum and bass. So you try and write a drum and bass song, so we put out All We Know. It's like you can't do drum and bass, so you got to try and do some like indie style thing, so we write a bunch of like like everyone's got a floor tom on stage slamming it kind of tune, and it was fun, but you look back and you go, fucking hell, man, like I'm glad we didn't release that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we just kind of stuck to our gun. Like,
I mean, like, they're good songs, but I would never get on stage and perform them. They're not for me. But no, yeah. And then I feel like, no, yeah, nothing we've released had a U-turn, but what I thought was quite interesting always, I felt that, like, the way Sam did lines was interesting in the fact that it was just, he had everybody in individually almost. So I had a separate session, David Teray had a separate session. I think Matt and Jacob did their session with him together, and then Jordan had a separate session. So, like, no one was in the same room as each other when making it, and Sam was the only person that knew what everybody else's part sounded like. So when we first listened to the song, it's the first time that we're hearing it all together. And I thought that was a very interesting and clever way and faster way of doing it. Him being there, producing it, and kind of managing it like that. I thought that was cool.
That's really cool. So at the end of the day, what do you feel like music is for?
narcissists to get out their ideas, probably. No,
I mean,
I don't know. It's probably, it's a language. It's a language, and I think it's a hidden. I think before we had language in humans, we had music. Probably it was a way to translate an idea, emotion, maybe a warning signal, maybe a war signal, maybe like. And I think it was a language and a communication tool. So I think it's definitely it's just like a superpower. It's like it's a very mystical thing. And I think it's I think the way it's boxed and marketed and taught in school is whack. Like I think that like it needs to be studied more as like a kind of a magic thing than it does like this kind of drier class at the end of the day, like, you know, where you sit down with like 5 marimbas in the room or something, and you're like, everyone play, you know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Like it's not it. Like I think I look at my friends from Sudan and I look at the way that music has such an integral role in their culture, and like it's just songs and history are taught through the songs that they sing and things like that, and it's like, and the lineage of their family are taught in the songs that they sing, in the way that you know, it's not just men do this and women do that. Like all the women are integral parts of that culture too, in the way that they sing and will take lead with the songs and play drums, which is now seen as like a masculine thing, or can be, right, in history. But it's like the women will become the forefront of the drum section, and that's fire, like, it's to see. And it's like, I think it's just, it's a real lost, it's an archaic thing.
I think it's that, and also healing for the people that create it, and healing for the people that absorb it.
totally.
100%. And it's also science, and it's also maths. So yeah, it's everything, maybe.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, no, my partner, whenever she listens to y'all's music, she put me on, by the way, but whenever she listens to y'all's music, like sometimes the song that came out sometimes, she
Love that tune, mate. Love that tune. Shot sometimes.
she loves sometimes. Like I'm not kidding. She was telling me like, she's like, I can't even explain, Kinley, like what it is about this track. Like it's amazing. And then towards the end, there's like nobody singing, and then and she was just going on and on and on, and she was like, it just puts my brain like in a place where like I don't really have to like think about anything that's going on in the world. I'm kind of just like immersed into the song. Like it was so hard for her to explain it, but I'm like, I get it. Like I get what you're saying. And so whenever Rox, you said it's like healing and it helps people, like, you know, I feel like that's like spot on, especially like for my partner. So yeah, I get it.
Oh, that's so sweet. Send us her love and say thank you. When I first heard that song, I like cried a lot, because, you know, it's not necessarily because of what I was singing about. There was that, but it was also just like, it really encapsulates a feeling of longing. And also it takes you on a journey through the emotions of that, especially in the end section where there's no singing, there's just like that drum beat. And that drum beat that Sam drums is so intense and almost like quite primal. It really kind of gets into you and into those feelings and kind of starts squeezing your heart and your stomach, and you're like, ah. That's my experience of it. Anyway, I think that it's everybody that hears it is like, everybody that I'm friends with that hears the album, that's their favorite.
It's amazing.
They're like, that. My mum loves it too. My mum's like, this is so painful. I love
It's
it.
an emotional nut bust.
Yeah, I love painful music.
That's an interesting way to put it, Sam, but I respect it.
It's not my words, it's actually Bars's words.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I'm usually there being more like fake deep about it, and he'll just be like, it's an emotional nut bust.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it works. Like,
Yeah.
That is so funny. No, but
yeah.
Rox, what you said, like, it's so true. Like, music, I talk to my partner and just like friends in general, but mainly my partner. We talk about how music can sometimes like just make us emotional. Like, it can just, I don't know. I know you guys understand what I'm saying, but like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the end of the song sometimes. My partner, she's like, I just get emotional. And it's like, I'm not sad. It's just like the sound of it. And I'm like, I get it. And like, whenever me and my partner try to like talk, like explain that to other people, we're like, do you guys ever get like emotional when you hear songs? Or like, are we just fucking crazy? And they're like, yeah, no, we don't get emotional. And it's like, oh. So it's just weird. I'm like, why don't people get emotional? Like,
what are you listening to? House music, maybe.
No, honestly, maybe
David Guetta. No offense, David Guetta, but
David Guetta.
You know, I always feel emotional. I feel emotional about happy songs. I mean, I couldn't name a David Guetta track, if I'm honest. Maybe that one with Rihanna. That was good.
What about
that was Rihanna. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, that's Avicii.
Yeah, Avicii was good. Anyway, I always feel emotional. I feel emotional all the time about music. A happy song. Oh my God, like I was on a treadmill a few months ago doing that like 33-12 thing when you're on the incline. And I was like close to giving up, and I was only about 5 minutes in. I was like, I can't do this. And then I put on this song called It Is. And you don't think it's real because everyone on TikTok's like, I did this, and they just look like it's so easy. And then I'm there like sweating like a pig and like panting. And I put on the song Optimistic by Sounds of Blackness, who are amazing. You should check them out. And that song, I almost cried on the treadmill. I was like having a full-on like emotional panic attack whilst listening to that song because it's an emotional nut bust.
That's it, an emotional nut bust. That's gonna be the title of this episode.
Oh, I love title of app.
Yeah, that's fire. I think it's interesting you pointed that out. Shout out our friend Carla Matthias, who plays piano on Sometimes. And I think that we left him in that moment. We gave him like he had an idea that he presented, and we kind of, that was like the origin of the song before we started sculpting around it. And then for the outro, we went through mad like sequences and improvisations and all kinds of things. And then he had this moment where he literally played the outro for like 6 minutes, and he was just expressing stuff, and he was obviously in a place where he was pulling from something, right? And I think that's what makes, for people that are empathetic, like that's what makes you connect with a recording, because you can hear that expression in that recording.
Totally.
You know what I mean? You can hear that, you can feel that pain, you can feel that idea, you can feel that thing. You know what I mean? And I think like that's the thing that I find magical about listening to songs. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can hear that proximity to that person's pain or experience or whatever it might be. Happiness, I tend to go towards the sadder songs because I feel they just fit my vibe a bit better. I don't know, like I think sadder songs are better. I find it impossible to write happy songs, to be honest.
That's funny. No, and what's interesting is like
hard.
I feel like a lot of people they can like feel what the singer is feeling because of the lyrics, but I think it takes a special kind of human to be able to feel what the artist is trying to like portray just through sound. I think that's what's really fucking cool, because when someone's singing about like heartbreak and I'm sad and all this stuff, it's like, yeah, I resonate. Yep. Like, but when it comes to music, it's like a different realm. And I know I keep saying this, but it's like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just like fucking crazy how like the brain can hear a certain sound and it takes them to like a different place mentally. You get what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, I do.
It's definitely to do with frequencies. It's frequencies and the harmonics, I think, that make that, like, when when you're listening to a song and you see like jazz cats do this all the time, and I am a victim of this reaction. But you'll listen to a song and you'll be like,
Mhm.
and they'll be like, oh, that was good.
He was, well, they were depressed.
Like, yeah, he was really depressed then.
Threw some shit in.
That feels good. Like,
Fucking hell, mate.
it really does. Like, it
Yeah.
just hits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little death, as the French
Like,
say.
I feel like Bill Evans, right,
Mm.
kind of has a thing that's similar to the end of Sometimes. Well, I'd say Sometimes has a thing that's similar to Bill Evans. I'm not gonna compare us to the GOAT, but they're like like if you like the Sometimes thing, go and check out
Okay.
Bill Evans.
Yeah.
I will.
Like,
If you like jazz,
if you want to be sad,
if you like jazz piano, that's kind of
Piano.
sad.
I love it.
sad.
I actually put on jazz when it's raining because I'm a waste man. I'm like, how can I perfectly encapsulate this level of like sadness? Jazz.
I love that. That sounds like me. I get that. Yeah,
Okay.
I totally relate to that. Okay, so Oh.
Also Ryuichi Sakamoto. Check out Ryuichi
Okay.
Sakamoto. All right.
cool. So over the years, you guys have released some incredible tracks. So how would you describe the evolution of your sound across these projects?
I think that, what's it called? Tangle. Tangle was very, I feel like the evolution is much like someone who's grown up. Like Tangle is very like childish in its production and very like
Mhm.
naive, and in its formation as well. And then I feel like the hiatus was a good thing. I feel like Harmine is like someone in their early teens, like that doesn't actually like really know who they are or what they're doing or what their like sonic identity is, or their identity is yet. Like they have an idea, but they still don't yet know how to really like go
Yeah.
for it. And then I feel like Melanchronica is like definitely early 20s, like just moved to a new city, like this is who I am. But there's still like a lot of like development
Mhm.
that
Brings
things will change again.
story of my hairline.
But isn't it crazy then that you've actually like developed more confidence the further back it's receded?
Yeah, it's revealed more knowledge.
Yes, like Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, like Pinky and
Y'all
the
are
Brain.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Sorry, like something I do every time like I get asked a vulnerable question, the UK thing is to be like to make a joke out of it.
I get it. It's okay. I respect it.
Yeah.
Did my answer make sense? Do
Yeah,
you
I
feel
think
like
I think like you're talking about, I think in particular about the kind of the execution of production and
Yes.
songwriting ability. Like I think,
Yes.
Tangle was a beautiful fluke in a way.
It was a huge
We
fluke.
didn't really know how to produce. We didn't know how to like use half the things within Logic Pro at the time that we were using. And it was Logic 9. Shout out
Yeah,
Logic
it
9.
was
That was
Logic
much
9. Yeah.
Logic 10 sucked.
Logic 9 was way more intuitive.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
It looked like a professional piece of software.
Yeah, it did.
Like Logic 10 looked like GarageBand.
I think it looked like Cubase. Sorry.
Shout out GarageBand.
Cubase.
Y'all are making my like job easier. Y'all are like talking back and forth. I love it. I'm just here listening.
But yeah, no, I think like the understanding how to be a producer of a song is something that you're not taught as an artist. Like you can sit down with a guitar around a campfire and you can write 10 albums, right? But I think nowadays you got to be able to do everything yourself. You got to be able to record the music, sing the music,
Write the
write the
theme
theme
tune,
tune,
sing
sing
the
the theme
theme
tune.
Sorry, that's an English thing.
It's okay.
Like you got to be able to record the video. You got to be able to make the music video. You got to be the whole
Market
fucking
your music.
production. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that it's like you can hear the development of those skills being learned and
Totally.
applied.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. So would you say there's one song that feels like the truest representation of the Hics? Or maybe just one that you're like just most proud of?
Fucking hell, mate! What a question!
That's a good
What fucking
question.
Sorry.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I know it's a big question. So if y'all need a second to think,
Yeah, you might need to put some like elevator music on in the edit.
that'd be funny.
You should do that.
You should answer that question.
Like I don't know.
Cop out.
I think that I always have an affinity with Russian dolls. There was something I felt like didn't get recognized in that song in the Tangle EP that others got highlighted. I feel like the other songs on that EP had more elements in it that kind of ticked more boxes, but I thought Russian Dolls was more unique and I thought it was more independent and it was more experimental in a lot of ways in production and melodies and vocal ideas, just kind of weird stuff about it. And I kind of like that as a seed in that I can look back on and be like, that was something that had stuck with me. I listen to that song still, like to this day. I don't listen to Cold Air, I don't listen to Lions, I don't listen to Tangle. I would say, in answer to your question, Sam's summary of Hics vibe would be Russian
Okay.
Dolls. Roxanne, what about you?
Roxanne's summary would be, I'm really proud of On You, actually.
That's a good one.
It's so funny because you can hear a lot of like ideas from Russian Dolls in On You.
Maybe that's because I wrote the guitar parts for both of those songs.
Bingo.
So maybe that's the thread.
That's the thread. Roxanne's guitar playing is lovely. You know, you can hear it on Air One as well, and Comfort Levels, on Melanchronica, and I think we don't hear it enough.
I write on guitar, but I don't play public.
Why?
Because my hands shake.
Oh, like is it nervousness or is it just something that you've just?
Yeah. So like I should probably do some like CBT therapy for that.
Just take some ketamine and.
I can't do any of those
that.
things and be a functioning human being.
When it comes to THC, do you guys get anxious?
Yes, I get anxious to the point where I move just a little bit and I'm like, everyone in this room hates me. So yeah.
I get anxious about like the snacks
running out.
Yeah,
the munch.
You're like, we need to DoorDash more snacks immediately before they run out.
Yeah, like
I don't smoke weed anymore.
I feel really bad for my dad because I used to just raid the cheese. Like, my dad doesn't like a lot of things. He likes oatcakes and he likes cheese. And like, I would come back, I would go to my mates and I would get super lean and then come back. And then it just like that cheese would be gone, man. And he'd be like, what the fuck?
He's like,
where's it's like a whole fucking cheese, like
a block of cheese.
And I'm like, bro, it's all we had. Like, we had to make it work. So I'd go through different experiments. You know, you take sometimes you do a bit of mustard with the cheese. Like, sometimes you do like a grape with the mustard and the cheese. And then he would be pissed off. He might come in like halfway through this binge, and then I'll be like, "But wait, try this." He'd be like, fuck off, and then, and then it'd be like amazing,
And then he changed his mind.
Then he changed his mind.
That is so funny. He's like, you could be eating anything else in this house, but you're eating my fucking cheese.
There wasn't anything else. There was the only fucking thing there. It's like my parents are vegetarians, and like they don't eat. Like they kind of like pick at things. They're very skinny people. Like, do you know what I mean? So, and my brain ain't that. Like I eat everything. Sometimes my mum. Shout out my mum. Sometimes mum would make like lemon drizzle cake or carrot cake, and that would in a tin, and you'd go and open the cupboard, and you'd pick up the tin and you'd shake it to feel if it had anything in it, which could fuck up the cake. Do you know what I mean? But you'd just be like, you'd rattle a bit, and you'd just be like, yes, bro, like come on, results. So now we've got a whole cheese to get through and a carrot cake, you know. And then, but my mum was very nice about it. You come in the morning, she'd be like, "So you enjoy that carrot cake? Did you?" You know, like, it was delicious.
Like, thank you.
You know, thank you.
You're so lucky. I grew up in you know what an almond mum is. I grew up in an almond family.
What is that?
So
Sam's like, what the fuck?
It's the culture scheme. So when Bella Hadid was having like problems, she was like in a hospital. She was like, "Oh, Mom, I'm so hungry." And then Yolanda, who Sam loves, he's always had like a big crush on Yolanda Hadid. And she was like, "Oh, here, have an almond."
Is that like the Swedish one?
Yeah, from Real Housewives.
Yeah, she's quite ping, yeah.
So she was like, "Have an almond." And so everybody took the piss, and now they're called almond mums. But like my family, like my mum would never bake a cake. She makes a good salad.
Yeah, you know what? Actually,
salad can be good.
I know what you mean.
Her salad game is very good.
I swallowed a kebab fork when I was 17, and I went to have an endoscopy because the prong got stuck in my throat. It was mad, and like I couldn't eat or anything for like I think like 72 hours. Something stupid.
I didn't know you.
I was hungry. I was on an IV drip, and I had like. It was so stupid, and there was like a kid that had been hit by a bus in like cast next to me, and his mum was like, "So what are you here for, dear?" And I was like, "I swallowed a kebab fork," you know. And she was like, "Fucking
no respect,
idiot!"
Like you're an idiot.
and like finally, like you know, I had an option to eat, and I was like, my dad was like, "Yeah, I'll go and get you something to eat, man. What do you want?" And I was like, "But there's KFC around the corner. Like, I beg you, get me like." Family bucket. I'll demolish
anything handheld that doesn't have a fork.
He comes back with like this like tiny like falafel wrap, tiny, and I'm like, bro,
like I haven't eaten in 72 hours. I want some chicken,
bro. Like I need 20 wings and chips. Like, what are you doing right now?
It's so funny. Yeah, whenever because I don't smoke often anymore, but whenever I did, I would get anxious as well too. But it was weird. It was like it depended. It depended. Is that a word? Depended?
Yes.
Okay, that sounded weird to me. It depended on the. That sounds weird. I feel like I'm like saying it wrong. On what I ate that day. Sorry, I've been like talking for too long, so like I get confused with what I say sometimes. It depends on what I eat that day. So if I eat something like filling, like, you know, something thick and I don't know, I usually don't get that anxious. But if I'm eating like a salad or something that's light, I will get anxious. It's very interesting. So I want to know like the science behind it. But yeah, it's very interesting. So I'm the same as you.
It sounds like tolerance. It sounds like, you know how when you eat a heavy meal and then you go out drinking, you don't get as drunk. But when you eat a salad, you go out drinking, you are obliterated. It sounds like it's like that. It sounds like it's a...
Salads are just anxiety inducing anyway, aren't they? There's just much better things to go for, let's be honest.
Well, when you have an amazing metabolism like Sam, you don't need to think about what you eat ever because he just burns right through it. He doesn't even need to exercise. Same. I wish. I look at pasta and I gain pounds.
Irish metabolism.
I'm Irish too. I don't have that.
She's like, shut up.
It didn't give me that bit.
That's funny. So your music blends genres electronica, soul, jazz, R&B.
I just thought of a blender when you said that.
I'm going to mute your mic somehow on here, Sam.
Cancel your plans for the rest of the day.
Sam's ADHD has entered the chat. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a nice lamp you have there.
You want to
Yeah.
hear a funny?
We
Do you want
I
to hear
like
a funny
lamps.
story?
Shout out for Wolves video. You'll see the lamp in it.
This lamp it got crushed.
I can tell.
It's not like it's
Fuck.
been crushed.
Damn, that was so freaking rude that you called that out. No one has called that out yet.
No,
Sam is shady.
I'm saying like it looks when you moved your head, I saw it. It looked
Yeah, to be fair, we only saw like half of it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
before you moved your head, it looked like a symmetrical lamp, and then you moved your head.
But you know what it's giving? It's giving Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's giving surrealism.
Sam's like, no, it looks like a fucking
know.
crushed lamp, okay?
no, I quite like it.
Thank you. It was on Amazon for like $20 and it's like really fucking cheap and my fat ass cat sat on it because we were moving and I haven't figured out how to fix it. So
They do sit everywhere. So do humans.
It'll be
I
like,
mean, they love boxes, don't they? They love cardboard boxes.
oh my god,
I love that.
yeah, I put like a Whole Foods bag down on the floor. I was like, watch this. They just dive into
they
it,
have
you know what I
like
mean?
my cat has like a kink for like cardboard boxes and like whole food bags. My cat will like tear up the cardboard and then he'll like roll in it and it's just like it's so fucking
I wonder what it feels like.
I bet
to
it's
them.
amazing.
Maybe it feels incredible.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you know what I mean?
100%.
Maybe it's like what like lying on a fluffy bed for us is. It's
It's-
just like, oh,
It's an emotional nut.
The
bust.
Emotional
cardboard is
nut buzz.
just-
That's it.
So we right. Wait, I'm trying to steer us back. I'm in charge
It's a
now.
blend of- our music is a blend of genres.
So
Yeah.
so the
It's
question
a
is that
fusion.
fusion like intentional or are y'all just like fuck it, we're just gonna start doing some really cool shit and merge a bunch of shit together because we're cool like that?
It takes no thought to be this cool. No, I'm joking. It takes we don't think about it. We
Okay.
just do it. It's not something that we think. We don't go, oh, I think it would be really nice if this section was a bit more like this. We've actually started to think more like
Okay.
that now. But with the current project we're working on. But I think that it's just like a mixture of like a short attention span and a love of lots of different genres of music. Do you know what I mean? Because you should hear some of the demos that like really do
Mhm.
switch up, and we're like, oh, that's embarrassing.
Like that, it sounds like we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that we've struggled with is tempo. Like it'd be pretty hard to stage dive at a Hics show, you know.
Slow motion.
And I think that's a good
Mhm.
thing. But I also think that like we've been experimenting more with bringing more abrasive things to the fold.
Yes, but you know what's funny is that like we can't. It feels like sometimes we can't even hear tempo because we're like. Recently, we've said stuff like maybe we should just like boost that up 5 BPM, and then we're like, let's compare it to a song that
Mhm.
we like and see what that BPM is, and then we're like, oh my god, we're moving at a snail's pace of BPM.
But honestly, I feel like y'all's music is people love the slowness of your music. Like that's literally one of my questions on here is like it's like 3 more questions down, but it's about how like your songs often feel very like melancholy and which like I was talking to my partner about this and she was like, I'm not sure if melancholy is the right word, Kenley. And I'm like, yeah, but like I feel like it kind of is the right word because like it's like a low vibration, low I don't know, you guys probably know what I'm trying to say, but it's also like hopeful and like I don't know, it's so hard to describe y'all's music.
No, I'm glad.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I think
I
like
agree.
sad but hopeful.
Yeah.
It's a good balance of things. You know, I think that any sane mind would look to find balance with those.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that what you guys like shoot for? Like is that the vibe that you guys try to go for? Or is it just kind of like who you guys are and y'all just create it because that's y'all's like that's just who you are?
Yeah, I think we're just like sad people. We just I think what it is that we express what we can't in our
Mhm.
music, what we can't in our daily lives,
Mhm.
it comes out. there. And that's probably why you're picking up on the melancholy of it. Because it is all of the kind of suppressed information.
Yeah. No, 100.
Repressed information.
Suppression. So yeah, no, I
Okay.
would agree. What does your
Reprisal.
partner think it is?
Like, get the vibe of your music?
Like, yeah, like if she could like pick one word or they could pick one word.
Yeah, she. And honestly, we were going back and forth last night on the word, and she was like, I think she said like, honestly, I don't remember what she said. She was throwing out words to me. I think one of them was like it's very intentional. And I'm like, well, yeah, but like, how does it make you feel? And like, we'd like deep dove into it. But then she came back around and she was like, I guess melancholy could be it. But she's like, when I listen to their songs, she doesn't ever feel sad with y'all's music. It's more of just, it kind of calms. It kind of just like puts her in like an ease mood where she's just like chilling. Like, it doesn't bring out any sadness in her. She's just chilling. So that's why she was like, I don't know, Kinley, when you ask that question, maybe like make sure that they know that maybe melancholy isn't the correct word. And I'm like, but I think it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I think those two things can be true
Totally.
at the same time. It's chill and it's
Yeah.
melancholy.
Yeah, that's why
100%.
it's called Melanchronica. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
it's chronic melancholy.
Okay, so speaking of that, you guys went on tour with Boz in 2016, correct? Okay. And then you guys just came out with an album with him. Can you kind of tell us that experience? Like, what was your favorite track on the album? You know, all that stuff.
You go.
Sam's like, I'm pissed and I'm hungry. Stop asking me questions.
No, I'm trying to think of something deep and meaningful, man.
I'll get you out of here soon, I promise.
No, this is his thinking face. This means that your question's really good
Yeah,
because he's
that's a good
actually
question.
using his
Yes.
brain.
I think that sometimes I think would be my favorite experience from that album. I think at the time we were in a studio called Harbour Studios that sadly burnt down in the Palisades fire, and it was it was a beautiful place. It was built by, I think it was built by the keyboard player from Weather Report called Zawanu. And he had a kind of template for like a studio and that looked out on the water at Malibu. It was insane. I've never been to somewhere that beautiful in my life, like in terms of a studio recording setting. And Bars had invited down all these amazing producers. We had Kelpie Vibes, we had Garland Matias, we had Bueno, we had Diamond Soundwave, we had Roxanne in the room, we had Kayla Rollins engineering, and I had free reign to kind of pick and choose what I wanted to do and how I wanted to set things up. And I call it the UN of producers because it was literally like a U shape of everyone around. And it was like, I think the outcome of that collaboration and the power of collaboration and friendship and like when you really lose all the ego in the room and you just work on everyone bringing something to the table and accepting what they're offering, that was a powerful experience because I think that song it has levels to it, you know. And then when Roxanne went on the mic and like the silk that you brought to it, it just made it make sense, was insane, like, for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that would be my favorite one from Melanchronica.
Yeah, I blacked out during that experience. I can't remember. I can't remember doing that. I can't remember singing that. I remember saying, if I shake a lot, it's because I feel sick, because there are so many people here. And they kept that in. And that's how the song starts, which is like
You're like, they're exposing me.
But I didn't mean like
Yeah.
shaking. I meant like my voice was going to be shaky. So, but for me, my favorite experience was definitely out of sight. I was alone in my mum's living room in 2018, and I just opened the file and recorded and wrote the first verse and the chorus. And I really felt like I'd said all that I needed to say in that first verse and chorus. And it's the first time that I felt like I had a feeling. I communicated it very clearly and concisely. And I don't feel like that's happened much for me in my writing until that moment. So that was like a very special moment for me as well. And also it was really fun trying to write something that would do those strings any kind of justice. Because as soon as I heard those, I was like, okay, all right. So I'm gonna pretend that I'm in the French Riviera and it's the 50s and like I've never heard modern music, and I'm gonna try and write something a little bit more like classic but R&B at the same time. So like trying to choose the right notes to flow with it and do it justice was a very fun challenge.
What do you guys hope listeners take away? Sorry, Sam, were you wanting to say anything?
He's just jealous if I answer.
No.
I mean, Sam, you already spoke, but I was just making sure I wasn't cutting you off or anything.
No.
He's deep in thought.
He's deep in thought about his
very
cheese.
pensive. Yes, he's still
my
thinking.
cheese.
There's like barely any left in the fridge. And he's like, now I have to jump on the J train to Trader Joe's and get some cheese.
Yeah, the transportation in New York gave me a panic attack, but that's it's scary. It's so scary.
It is scary.
So, what do you guys hope listeners would take away from the album that just came out with Boz?
I maybe like just don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Like I think all three of us really like put ourselves in a position of vulnerability whilst making this album, and the topics in it are quite vulnerable, and the topics in it are also to do with things that are not actually necessarily even emotionally appropriate to say in real life. And if we can do that and then put it on a platform for the world to consume and criticize or love, then you can be more honest with yourself about how you feel about it.
Period.
There we go. The way you said that was very nice.
Yeah, I think that was a great answer.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, great. All right. Losing a bandmate like David and later choosing to continue the Hics is a big journey emotionally, I'm assuming. How did that time shape the music that you're making now?
I'm not sure that we have even fully processed that still. And we've also lost a lot of other people since then. It was like, about 4 or 5. And I think that, for instance, when you hear a sad song or the production is sad, that's probably those feelings coming out.
Yeah, I would say that, like, on a less somber note, like, David was a very vibrant, beautiful soul, and he had a magic when it came to improvisation. The solo on lines was one take improvisation. It wasn't, I've written this thing, let's do it. My mum was banging on the door, being like, shut the fuck up, it's 11 o'clock at night, you're going to wake up the neighbors, and thank God that she allowed me that extra, 5 minutes of patience, because what he put down on that song is timeless. And I think, like, what I try and carry to this day, and he's got a wonderful father and he's got a wonderful brother, Peter, and I try and carry his kind of lightness. He had a lightness in his spirit that was very, like, he didn't take anything too kind of seriously in a way. he was like he loved life, and he loved music, and he loved art, and he loved friendship, and he loved biscuits. And we used to, yeah, not cookies.
Yeah, I was
You
just about
guys
to
call them
ask which
cookies.
ones? Which ones are we talking about?
Yeah. So we it was a good balance between creating and biscuits.
I love it.
Having tea, you know. And it was like I try and maintain. I sometimes you can look back at the loss of someone, and you kind of feel very what's the word? You try and replay it like it's a black and white movie, and everything's really sad, and it's like, or you can go like, you can take the approach of like, they're looking at you being really pathetic right now, like you still can't connect with that. If you really want to, you can connect with something, you know, like they're still available to talk to. Some people believe that that's not available. I like to choose that you can if you want to. So sometimes when I feel very alone, or I feel very, very isolated in an idea, I like to try and talk to him as if I can get something from it. But yeah, an amazing person, man. And yeah, we're lucky that we got to have that time capsule, you know. But I actually find it, to be honest with you, I find it incredibly painful to play lines. Usually when I play lines, I will stop when that solo comes in, right before it, because it doesn't feel the context hasn't felt right to play it yet. I don't know, and it would just fuck me up.
No, I get that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything?
No, just that. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think like that if David was here today, David would say, you know, explore every aspect of your instrument and your writing, and wear some color. Like, he loved just turning up in the maddest clothes.
He had impeccable style.
That's awesome. I love that.
And he appreciated a good cookie and a biscuit, like, and sit down and have one with your friends.
Yes.
I respect that. What was his favorite cookie? Do you know?
He liked custard creams. I don't know if you know about custard creams in
I
the
don't.
US. They're like
It's like a shortbread biscuit
with like a layer of vanilla icing, like frosting in between.
So there's like the frosting's in between, so then there's something on top.
There's a layer. There's two layers. Yeah, there's like, you know, like Biscoff or Biscoffy. It's like that. It's like two of those with a layer of like frosted vanilla icing in between. But that's just because they were like 20p from Tesco, like for like the whole pack.
Yeah.
Big pack, and we'd be like, we can either get the bougie chocolate hobnobs, or we can get like the whole pack for this for like 20p.
Smart.
You know.
I
David
don't
like the bargain as well.
I'm not a fan of a custard cream.
You haven't really got a sweet tooth, like.
I haven't. No. I prefer like some like melted cheese and a piece of bread.
You know what? Like, I have a sweet tooth, but some cheese and like a good bread and like, oh yeah. I get it.
Like a melted ham and cheese
Piece
sandwich.
of bread.
You're shouting about everything today.
As artists, what are you still chasing creatively? Is there a sound that you haven't explored yet, or something that you guys would love to try?
Yeah, I feel like what we've done so far is like maybe 0.5% of what we are looking to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I think we are gonna like just push ourselves to be more experimental and have fun with it more as well.
Yeah.
Like, definitely, because we like so many different types of music. So it's like, it's not, I listen to, like, the only genre that I don't listen to is, I think, screamo.
Light some candles, a bit of cheese and bread.
That sounds more like therapy to me. Maybe we'll do a therapeutic screamo album.
think
Okay.
screamo and therapy go well with each other, at least for me.
I would like to like try and do a Hics cover with screamo, but like through AI generation, see what it sounds like. But in your
Yeah,
voice, it'd be jokes.
that would be
Crazy.
ridiculous.
You guys would lose so many followers.
Yeah, but we'd gain a lot more.
Maybe.
Just
think-
different types of people.
I think on a
Maybe
on,
angry people.
on a serious objective, I think that like we've never done Hics only shows in
Mhm.
America, and now we've just got our visas to be here and work and perform and yeah, like start connecting with these audiences. We've had such a warm and vibrant kind of fan base from the US, and we've been really privileged to have that. Like, it's been like a real momentum thing for us when we're in the UK, when life has been hard, when like we've had to take, you know, myself, like I've had to take weird jobs in between to like, you know, pay for bills and all kinds of shit, and like life has not been easy. And having that fan base in America as well, where it's just been like a family of support, you know, like comments, like just via energy. Like it's just been very like undying. What's the word? I can't think of the word to describe it. It's just been very supportive, and it's been very motivational. You know, every time things have felt tough, it's been like, look, there's this body of people that really like support what you do. And now I think we would just love to connect with them and thank them and perform in their towns, like, and make the effort to do those like shows in those smaller places. You know, I think a lot of artists skip that. They go for like, they'll do LA but they won't do Oakland. They won't do San Diego. They won't do the little towns in between, you know. And I think that like we on Two Eye to Riot tour in 2016, we did 26 cities. And we got to go to some places that I don't think I'd ever seen in my life or would have not had seen. And I met some people that, even though the town might have felt desolate, like the heart and the energy of those people were like amazing. And and we have people coming up to us now being like, remember you sat and had a cigarette with me outside, or you sat and you had a beer with me or whatever. And it was like, I can remind myself of those stories, and it's like, I want to go and do that again. And they're like, but we're married now, or like, you know, and you know, we met you when we were in college, and now we're like this. And I was like,
There's someone that messaged us the other day who had, I think one of the gigs was the first date, and they recently got married. And yeah, they listen to our music. It's just like,
That's
wow.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
are you guys thinking about going on tour soon, or just like bopping around?
I think bopping around is what I'm going to call it from now on.
yeah, I mean, like, I think touring industry in music in general is very difficult. I think that like financially it's tough for everyone right now. I think that it's how you can make it make sense. But something me and Roxanne are very good at doing is you just kind of find a way to do it. Like when we didn't have any budget or anything to do music videos for Harmine, we wrote and made all those videos ourselves during lockdown, and it was like fun. We kind of like that challenge. You know, I think it's a very English thing as well, like to have that kind of, you make do what you got and you make it happen. You know what I mean?
Like the eggs.
Like the eggs.
That, yeah, we have a brand of eggs is it Lion Eggs or something like that? And the advert is they open the fridge and it's like there's barely anything in the fridge. All we have is a pepper and like 3 eggs. And then they make up a slap up meal with the eggs. And it's very British. You have nothing, but you make it work. And you make it delicious.
Okay, wait, this is so random, but
That's probably why everyone cusses our food so much. They're like, we've got 3 eggs
and a pepper.
and that's just,
And it was
That's so
great.
funny.
yeah.
Okay, this is so random, but I don't know, it made me think. Okay, hold on. How do I word this? Okay, so beans on like bread and stuff like that. Is that an actual thing in the UK?
Talk to me.
Yes, and it's fucking delicious.
Did you just
Hey,
ask me
you
that
know
question?
what? I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so first off, yeah, don't have any random beans. They need to be Heinz beans because beans means
Okay.
Heinz. Then, on top of that, you should have toast. Don't have bread because the bread will
Yeah.
get soggy if you put your beans on the bread. It's not that nice. So you have toast, but only lightly toasted. You can add butter if you want. Don't use margarine. Use lightly salted butter. Tastier. But you also don't need to use butter if you don't want to. Then they go really well with bacon. Pig bacon, not any of this weird turkey bacon, fakin' stuff like that, because bacon is a pig. It's not any other animal, okay? Not
Yeah.
in my opinion. And then you can put a fried egg. You know what? People that want scrambled eggs with the beans, for me, that's a little bit like
Hang on a
the
minute.
texture
Hang on a
together, it's a
minute.
bit weird.
That's blasphemy, bruv. Come on.
Fried egg. Don't poach your egg and then put it on the beans because that's
That's-
also a bit
Yeah.
strange, in my opinion.
In my
But yeah,
opinion.
I mean, you come to New York, I'll make you an English breakfast. There we go. I'll make you an English breakfast.
Do you know what? Yeah, my friend Hubert is from Florida, and he made me like southern fried beans the other day, and they were delicious. And I was like, "Yo, Hubert, you know what? These will work well." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Full English breakfast." And he was like,
Did he
"Fuck
look
off."
disappointed? Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah, I
"No,
bet
no."
he's like, don't disrespect my beans
No
like that ever
shit.
again.
Have you tasted them?
Like the beans?
Beans, baked beans, yeah.
Heinz? Is that what you said? Yeah, like baked
Mhm.
beans. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have baked beans. Like you go to the store and you get them like in the jar and stuff like that. Yeah, I've just never had
Yeah.
it with toast, you know?
What do you guys have it with?
We
What do you
usually
pair
eat
with?
it with like a side of like it's usually if you're like cooking out and it's like, you know, a grilled chicken or like steak or stuff like that. So like let's say we're making a steak with like corn on the cob and then beans on the side. You don't like
See, I think
No,
that's bizarre.
the beans that you have are not like tomato. Are they in the tomato sauce? Or you're talking about like beans that you'd get maybe like with like at Pollo Loco, for
No.
example. You get
Yeah,
like chicken
Pollo
with rice and
No,
beans.
okay, so
No, she means baked
okay,
beans.
first of all, I'm not picky at all. I've like I probably would like it. When you say beans and it's tomato sauce?
Yeah, there's a Heinz like full English breakfast beans are like they're in like a tomato
It's
sauce.
like really sweet.
They're similar beans to like yes, it's like a
Oh.
sweet tomato based sauce.
I don't know,
Delicious.
probably. I've probably had them, but what I'm talking about is like Bush's beans. Have y'all heard of that?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that's different. Yeah,
That's
that makes sense
Okay.
with
Yeah.
meat. You wouldn't have Heinz
Maybe
beans
that's
with
why
meat.
I'm like
With meat.
beans on toast because I'm thinking of Bush's
Definitely.
beans on toast.
Yes.
Beans on
Yeah.
some real nutrients right there. I was raised on beans on toast.
You know what? I feel like it would be good. It's just, you know, it's not the thing. And I'm
Bang.
You put some mature cheddar on top of that on top of those beans.
Oh my
you know
days.
what, guys?
Don't.
Oh my
I'm going to the
God.
grocery store after this. I'm gonna get some of these fucking beans. Okay, wait, what kind of toast?
Do you know what?
Any
Right.
kind of toast.
I think
I like white bread.
it's got to be a white, like really bad for you white bread.
It's got a cheap slice of white bread.
Cheap
That's the
slice,
most
but we're
English
like
thing you can do.
you need Kerry Gold
Okay.
butter, like
Irish.
Irish butter, salted. Then you gotta heat the beans up and then it cold.
Don't
It's like it's
eat the
not
cold
Dennis the
beans.
Menace, like
No,
you
you
know what I
don't
mean?
need to
It's
do
like
spice yourself.
you want them hot, and then
Piping hot.
beans on toast with like grated cheddar cheese, and let the cheese melt on the beans.
Cheddar cheese.
Okay.
Banging. I'll go into the deli right now and be like, "Have you got beans, bro?"
I'm gonna be like, no.
What? We have bush beans.
I don't think that I think that I don't want to ruin your like impression of it. I feel like you know what? You need to get really drunk and then wake up the next day and be super hungover and then go and get a full English breakfast. That's the point.
That part.
We drink a lot, so
you
we
come
have
to
it.
London. Do it in
Yeah,
London.
the
And then go
point
to
is to bring you
Regency
back to
Cafe.
life. It's Evanescence breakfast. Like, you know?
I'm
It's
like
the
scared
Evanescence
to like even
breakfast
try it. I feel like you guys have to specifically make it for me, because let's say I go and I eat it somewhere and then I come back and I'm like, guys, I didn't like that. You're gonna be like, you didn't eat it correctly.
I appreciate this. I would like to be in control of this situation.
Okay,
You leave
it's
it to
all in
me.
your control.
Yeah.
We will figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
So if you could leave listeners with one piece of wisdom about navigating a creative life or just life in general, what would it be?
Could you say that again?
You're like, I'm hungry.
I'm sorry.
If you could leave listeners with one piece of wisdom about navigating a creative life or just wisdom about life in general, what would it be?
Creative life. 1, get a part-time job. 2, work really fucking hard. 3, don't be like me and say, I can't post content because I'm scared of being on. Just fucking do it. 4, use some of that money that you get from your part-time job to save up to, you know, put it back into your creativity, but also therapy. Because if you're not looking at yourself and growing as a person, I don't think that there's much ability for you to really like push more as an artist. I've been able to do so much more since I went to therapy. So there we go. That's my advice.
I'd say make music with your friends. And it's better with people than without in anything. And I think that like that is the key. Collaboration. You know? Yeah. And breathing. Breathing helps. Like breathwork, meditation. that
Sometimes
kind of
I don't
thing.
know if you're joking or not. I'm like,
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm like,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
please breathe.
Alone.
You're like, is this guy being serious? I can't fucking tell, man.
But breath work, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I think that there are times where, like, you know, taking a breath just helps.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
And eat your cheese.
Yes.
do you know what? This is what I'm gonna say, right?
Cheesy beans.
I don't think weed does as much for creativity as people think it does.
I agree.
Coming from a stoner,
I
right?
agree.
And I think that like I lost 7 years of my life on bunning it up.
my
And like I wish that I had more discipline. I think creatives now don't have discipline. I think that discipline in the creatives that were from the past, they really knew how to play their instruments. They really knew how to do what they were doing. So even if they looked intoxicated on stage, or even if they were like, you know, they'd put in there 1,000 hours for their craft, their practice. So I think that like don't overlook the practice and that like discipline element to your craft. You know what I mean? Don't think I'm gonna smoke this blunt and then suddenly the album's gonna come. Do you know what I mean?
It's not.
So I think that, and that's kind of something that gets sold, I think, now to young musicians and creatives. I find, and I think
Not
that
even
like
now, like when we were younger as well.
yeah,
And people still speak like this, like, oh, this drug is going to enhance the experience. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
yeah.
And it might, but it only does for a very few people. Very few people. I agree, Sam. Sam's so right.
Intelligent, Sam.
Like smoke the blunt after you've made the album.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and
Yeah, it's like
enjoy
a
it.
little,
Like,
it's
come
like
on.
a reward.
Yeah,
Exactly. Be more reward.
Like maybe hit it like a few times, like in the middle, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, like don't like don't try and look for inspiration in substance. Like you know what I mean? Like look for it in soberness and discipline. Like I think that's the biggest drug comes from that.
That's a good one. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, amazing. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of today's episode. You guys, Sam and Rox, thank you so much for coming on. I know you guys are super busy. You know, Sam, you're really fucking hungry. You need to go to the deli, see if they got some beans and cheese. Rox,
Shout out to beans.
Rox, I don't know what you're going to do, but maybe you'll go to the deli with him. But I hope you guys eat your food. You feel good after this. But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having
us.
It's been a pleasure.
And if you guys want to tell us where people can find you, you can tell us your personal, you know, the Hics Instagram, whatever.
You can find us on we're probably most active on Instagram. You can find us the Hics,
Mhm.
HICS, across all platforms. Latest project out now, Melanchronica with bars. So out now on all streaming platforms. Like and subscribe.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. I post every Wednesday. I have some cool people coming on, so definitely stay tuned for that. And I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.